Hey, hey, hey. How's everybody doing? Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Or good evening, I should say. It's evening. It's 8:41 p.m. What am I saying? Good afternoon for? How's everybody doing? Come on into the broadcast. Tonight it's Tuesday, Tax Tuesday Talk with Martine. So let's go ahead and say our hellos and come on in. Take notes. Make sure you have your pencil and paper. Say hello when you come into the broadcast, everyone, so I can greet you properly. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let me check for the broadcast, make sure it's showing up so we can go ahead and get started. Let me call them back. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Tuesday night, Tax Tuesday Talk with Martine. All right. I see my broadcast. All right, there we are. I'm going to go ahead and get Instagram in the room so we can go ahead and get started over there as well. So, hey, say hello when y'all come in. Say hello when y'all come in. I won't be before you long because it's a work week. It's Tuesday, so I know y'all got to get to work on tomorrow. So let me just go ahead and see if I can get Instagram in here. All right, there we go. Live. Okay. And we're live. Instagram live, Facebook live. It's connecting. It's connecting. All right. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome, welcome to tonight's Tax Talk. It's Tuesday Tax Talk with Martine. We're going to go ahead and get started here. And there is Instagram. What's going on, Instagram? How's everybody doing? All right, my name is Martine Corte. Let's go ahead and get it started. I am a tax professional, 20 years in the game, and I specialize in individual taxes as well as small business income taxes for all you small business owners out there. I am also a business owner, entrepreneur. I have a boutique. I am also a 9-year landlord out here in these streets. And I'm also a business coach. I work with small business owners, entrepreneurs. I work with network marketers. I work with authors, speakers, artists, right? I work with nonprofit leaders to help them make more money in the business. So that is who I am. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am trying to stay consistent with this Tuesday Tax Talk. Here, as we approach the tax season, as we get closer, the employers will be dropping your W-2s off at the end of the month. Most likely they have until, the end of January without being penalized. But most of the time they'll go ahead and drop them at the end of December. So we got a few more weeks and you should start seeing your W-2s rolling in here, right? Hey, Instagram. So be on the lookout for that. But tonight I wanted to kind of share with you what's new in 2021 as it relates to taxes. Hey, Tiffany, she says, good evening, Queen. How you doing? Hope you're feeling better, Queen. So I wanted to come out here and just share with you what's new for 2021 as we get closer and as you may start to gather all of your tax documents, tax records, and maybe some of you prepare your own taxes. It's good to find out what is new in 2021 because the way you file your taxes may be just a little bit different for this upcoming tax season. And you can get this information on irs.gov. So if you prepare your own taxes, brush yourself up on what's new for 2021 before you do your tax return so you don't mess it up, so that you don't leave money on the table. That's what I mean by mess up. You might, miss a few deductions or credits. So I'm going to share with you some what's new in 2021 per IRS. Okay. In the meantime, in between time, if y'all have any questions, tax related questions, let me know. If you have some specifics pertaining to you and your tax situation and you want to drop the question in the comments, I'll be sure to read them. and try to answer them to the best of my ability here on the live stream. If not, I'll have to go out and research and get back with you. All right, so I'm going to be looking over to my right for my notes, and we're going to go ahead and get it started. So IRS is encouraging all taxpayers to take necessary actions to kind of get yourself organized as we roll into the last final weeks of 2020. Okay, so the first thing that that is new for 2021, as most of you all know, you got those stimulus checks, right? So some of you may not have gotten them. And so IRS has put together this credit. So if you didn't get your full $1,200 for some reason, or if you didn't apply for it, or maybe you didn't file taxes because you had to file your taxes to get it, or maybe for those of you that are not eligible to file taxes, maybe because you don't work, so you don't have an income, and you didn't do a special submission so that you can get that stimulus check, you can still get the money. So you're going to be getting this money on your tax return, on your 2020 tax return. So this is for that economic stimulus payment, economic impact payment, same thing. So you're going to be able to get this recovery rebate credit. Okay, recovery rebate credit. So this is for those of you that did not. You can get the rest of it through this recovery rebate credit. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? So again, be looking for that as something new for 2021, because this is our, we haven't been through this pandemic in a long time and gotten credits and, or stimulus payments or anything. So this is what's new that your tax preparer should be asking you if you received it or not. All right. Interest on refunds taxable. Interest on refunds taxable. So taxpayers who received a federal tax refund in 2020, this would have been for your 2019 taxes, okay, may have been paid interest. Let me know if that was you. If you received an interest check, it's separate from your refund check, okay? Because of the length of the tax season in 2019, IRS was delayed in getting refunds out. So when it takes them more than 45 days to release your refund after the deadline, then IRS is obligated to pay its taxpayers interest. So, and I've gotten calls on this, and people are asking me, Martine, what is this separate check? It says interest, IRS interest. Okay, so that's what that's from for that delayed in getting your refunds out to you. So if that is you, if you received an interest payment, you need to be looking for a form from IRS notating that amount. It's going to be on a 1099 INT for interest. Okay, so you're going to need to file that form with your tax return for tax year 2020. Okay, so don't get in a rush like I was talking about last week and trying to file your taxes and there's forms still floating out there. You don't want to get yourself in a situation where you're having to file an amended return. So those of you that received interest payments from your refunds for 2019, you're going to be issued a 1099 INT, 1099 INT, and that is IRS's way of reporting that interest payment. Because it is interest, you are required to file it on your taxes. That's why you need to wait for it. Okay, that's why they're issuing it, and that's why you need to wait for it. So if your interest payment was more than $10, you will be receiving a 1099 INT. Hi, Judy. She says, hello. Hey, Queen, how you doing? Good to see you tonight during Tax Tuesday Talks. So that's the interest on refunds. They are taxable. You're supposed to report any interest payments. And you may have received interest payments if you have a bank account and your bank account earns interest. If this is over a certain amount, your bank will distribute a 1099 INT because you have to report that interest payment. It's like income, and it is taxable. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions. She says, hello, Queen. Hello, Judy. All right, so the next one, charitable deduction changes. So there's been some changes for 2021. For 2020 tax year, I should say. I'm going to try to make sure you guys don't get confused with the years. We're talking about filing our taxes, our 2020 taxes, which we will be filing them in 2021. So as it relates to tax year 2020, there are some new things that is coming down the pipe as it relates to charitable deductions. So, oh, hi, Serena. Judy saying hello to Tiffany. Hi, Serena. How you doing? She says, hello, boss queen. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Tax Tuesday Talk. All right, so we're talking, Serena, we're talking about some new things. What's new in 2021? You know, and Serena, she's also a boss out there, tax professional, been doing it for many years. So we all, you know, she and I, we know that we have to always you know, brush ourselves up as far as what's new in the next and upcoming tax season. So charitable deduction changes, okay, for tax year 2020. All right, new this year, taxpayers who don't itemize will be able to write off charitable taxes. Or deductions, excuse me, charitable deductions on their taxes up to $300. So if you donate to a charitable organization like the Goodwill or maybe your church, it has to be, you know, qualified organizations like that. Serena says, amen to that. Yes. That's good because normally if you are not eligible to itemize, then you couldn't write off that deduction, right? That charitable deduction. And we you know, we pay tithes and offering, we donate, we take bags and bags of clothes and donate furniture to, you know, Goodwill, Salvation Army, all of those places, right? So that is new this year. So if you guys, if that's you and you donate and you always look forward to writing off those donations, those charitable donations, guess what? You can do it and you don't have to itemize to get that or to claim that deduction, that charitable deduction. Okay, so that is good news. Remember, it's up to $300. Keep your receipts in case you're ever challenged or audited by IRS. You can say, hey, you can whip out your receipt and you can say, hey, I got my deductions, I got my receipts, right? So up to $300 charitable deductions. So that is new for tax year 2020. Let me know if you guys have any questions. What's going on Instagram and Facebook, and we're also streaming on YouTube. Hi, YouTube viewers. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. So tonight we're talking about what's new in 2021. My name is Martine Forte. I'm a 20-year tax professional out here in these streets. I've been out here for a long time. Been doing taxes for a long time. I do specialize in small business tax returns. I love them because I love helping my clients find deductions in their business, and we can try to write off almost everything. So if you have a question, if you have a tax question, this is a good time to ask me, or you can send me a message on Facebook Messenger as well. Hello, Jessica Hamilton. She says, hello, Queen. How you doing? Welcome, welcome to my broadcast. This is Tax Tuesday Talk with Martine. Judy says, do nonprofit organizations have to do anything special for our donors to be able to write off their deductions? You just need to make sure you are giving them a receipt. If they are donating to your organization as a nonprofit, then you just write them a receipt. It's basic information, the date, what it is that they donated and the value of it. And that way they can turn around and claim it on their taxes as long as you are a qualifying organization, 501c3. Okay. I hope that answered your question, Judy. And Judy has another question. How much is too small to write off a charitable donation or too big? Well, that's a good question, Judy. You can write off up to $300 for those individuals that are not itemizing. Okay. And with the overhaul of the tax code, when Trump came along, a lot of individuals, and he raised the standards, filing standards for a lot of people. Majority of people that used to itemize, they are no longer itemizing because the standard deduction is higher. It's doubled now. So you can still, that's what's new for tax year 2021, or for tax year 2020 in tax year, in the year of 2021. We're doing our taxes in 2021 for tax year 2020. So that's what's new, is that even though you are not itemizing or you can't itemize, you can still write off charitable contributions up to $300. That is phenomenal, because I know I donate every year to Goodwill. All right. And so I always look forward to writing off charitable donations. I tithe. My church sends me a statement of how much that I tithe and donated for different events and so forth. So they give me a total, and I look forward to writing those off on my taxes. And so I used to be able to itemize, but now with the overhaul of the tax code, I no longer are eligible to qualify or to write off or to itemize. So now I can write off my charitable contributions now, because that's what's new in 2021. So awesome, awesome, awesome. She has another question. Judy says, for my coat drive event I had, should I send my donors a receipt for their write-offs? Yes. If you did not provide them, Judy, if you did not provide them a receipt at the time that they dropped off the coats, or maybe it was overnight and they dropped it off and you weren't there, if you have their information, if you know who dropped off things, and you have their information, or you can contact them and say, hey, can I send you? And you can send this to them digitally. You don't have to try to meet them. Just, prepare it and email it to them, a receipt of some sort. You can do receipts online, use some of these software programs out here, and just email it to them. Okay, but you can still get that done. Okay, good question. Very good question. All right, so as it pertains to refunds, IRS just wants you to understand that this is going to be a different tax season. You're welcome, Judy. She says, thank you. This is going to be a different tax season. So if you are expecting a refund, right? If you're expecting a refund, as you always have, maybe ones that you always receive a refund, things may be a little slower this tax season. So IRS just wants to kind of, warn you ahead of time to understand that things are going to take time, especially with scamming going on. And we've got, a lot of new tax filers because of COVID and just the whole rebate that I was talking about earlier. The recovery rebate checks, people that did not get their stimulus, they're going to be getting that in their with the preparation of their 2020 taxes. So there's a lot of different things that are happening that hasn't happened before. So IRS just wants you to be patient and don't try to go out and spend the money before you get the money. Is basically what they're saying. Okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I do want to go over just some basic scams tonight so that you guys are aware and can just meet them off the at the beginning, because a lot of people, these scammers, they're getting very, very smart, and they can even replicate, IRS official letters and letterheads. So we don't want you getting caught up and giving your information out there but sometimes it really looks like the real deal. But just know that IRS never, ever, ever initiates a conversation with you via text, via email, via phone call. They don't do that. They're old school. They are going to send you a letter if they need to correspond with you. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? Does that make sense? So just know that. Judy says, awesome. All right. Okay, so let's see. The latest twist on a scam related to Social Security numbers. Scammers claim to be able to suspend or cancel the victim's Social Security number. You would be considered the victim. So if they're coming to you, calling you, texting you, or whatever, saying that your Social Security, and as a matter of fact, I got that same phone call. Last week. Did anyone get the phone call from scammers talking about your Social Security number has been adulterated or compromised or some whatever kind of term that they use? Hey, Amora. Kiki, she says, thank you. You are welcome, Queen. I got that. Me, a tax professional. But I'm no different from you. I'm a taxpayer as well. I got that phone call last week. Now that I'm reading this, I remembered. And it said, you need to contact us. Your Social Security number has been hampered with or something. And Tiffany, hi, Tiffany Powell. She says, got it today. You did? See, it's out here. These scammers, I mean, we're not even in full-blown tax season, and they are already starting. These scammers, it's a year-round thing with them. They don't care. They are going to contact you. Serena says, yep, I've gotten it twice. Best to just hang up. Yes, and that's exactly what I did. I hung the phone up so fast because I knew. I knew that IRS does not reach out to you that way, and the Social Security office does not either. Okay, so just be on the lookout for these scammers. It's crazy out here. Kiki says they always call me. Yeah, you know what? You can block them too. Y'all know how to block callers on your phone. There's a button that you click or tap or something that says you want to block them. Y'all start blocking these doggone scammers. I'm sick of them. I am sick of them, and I don't want y'all getting caught up, especially as we, go into the tax season and you got a refund and you're waiting. And like I said, IRS is already warning us it may take a little bit longer. So I don't want y'all getting caught up and say, hey, this is about your refund, because they're going to change the language in their conversation. And it's going to be about them refunds, because they're going to know that people are waiting on their refunds. Kiki says, okay. Yep, sis, don't get caught up. So be on the lookout for yet another attempt from these scammers. Doggone con artists. That's what they are. Frightening people. Sometimes it's scary because somebody calling you talking about your Social Security number has been compromised. What? My Social Security? That's it could be frightening. It could be scary. So those are robocalls. If they're contacting you via phone, robocalls, and they'll contact you. They'll keep contacting you. And like who was that said they got two same day? So block them. Learn how to block these numbers. If you don't know, ask your kids. They probably know how to work them cell phones and know how to block people. All right. So that's new as far as scammers, what to look out for as it relates to your Social Security number. Don't fall for the okie doke. All right. Let's see here. Scams related to natural disasters. The IRS reminds taxpayers that criminals and scammers try to take advantage of the generosity of taxpayers who want to help victims of major disasters. So be careful of fake charitable organizations, and they call and ask you if you want to donate, you want to, give to a worthy cause. Make sure they are legitimate. If you're not sure, hang up and then call them, look their phone number up and call them and say, hey, are you guys calling, asking for donations? And that's how you know that that was a fake call. Okay, that was a scam. Don't fall for these scams. Don't fall for the okie doke. Okay. It's just better to hang up and think about what happened. And if you really want to find out if that organization is the one that actually called, then call them directly yourself. Don't ever give out your information, your social security number, or anything over the phone, especially if they're not going to call you. Like I said earlier, they're not going to call you. They're going to send you a letter, if anything. But you can hang up and call them directly if you are really curious to find out if that was them. Because, this time of season, with COVID, with just, all these natural disasters, we're in the giving spirit. It's the holiday season and we want to give, but we have to be careful and make sure that we just don't give without doing our homework, right? Jessica says, amen. That's right. We have to be very careful. This is, has affected all of us with, a lot of people dying from COVID, and it's hitting home. I'm sure by now, every one of us knows someone personally that has or have had COVID, and maybe they've even died from it. So our guards are down a little bit because it's just crazy, all this craziness going on, and civil unrest, and just the whole country. So just don't let your guards down too much. Be vigilant about protecting your identity, protecting your social security number, your bank accounts, and all that good information, right? That's our information. We need to protect it at all costs. All right. Let's see. IRS is also talking about, although April filing deadlines have passed, scam artists remain hard at work. They're out there. So they just kind of urge you to look ahead, make sure that you don't fall for those emails, those what is it called? How you pronounce that? Phishing emails, phishing. I don't know how to pronounce it. PHISING. Y'all, Lord, help me. Siping emails. They're fake emails. Phishing emails. I don't know how you pronounce it, but they're fake emails. So don't fall for those either, because these scammers, they're trying to get in, slide into your DM, slide into your emails. Phishing. Thank you, Jessica. It says PH, but I guess that's pronounced like an F. So phishing. Thank you, sis. Phishing. Do not fall for those phishing emails, okay? And let me tell you, they look like the real thing almost. So if you're not sure, contact. Don't respond to them. If you can look at the title without even opening the email, then do that too. And I talked about scams, via email and so forth, on a couple of broadcasts ago. So thank you, Jessica. She says, yes, and you're welcome. Thank you. So don't fall for them. Don't fall for the telephone scams. Keep your information safe, and tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your adult kids too that file taxes. And even if they don't, but because identity theft is real, and it can happen to anyone. I remember it happened to my sister. So just be careful. If you do have identity theft, and I've worked with a couple of clients that have, IRS will give you a PIN number that you have to provide to your tax preparer. So when they're filing your taxes electronically, they have to enter that PIN number. That's the only way IRS is going to accept the return. If IRS has your social security number flagged because of identity theft, you must have a PIN number, and you get a new PIN number every year. So if that's you've been a victim of identity theft, IRS has flagged your social security number, you have to provide that PIN number in order to file taxes. All right. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Anybody have any questions specific to your tax needs, your personal tax needs? Any questions about business taxes, write-offs, or anything like that? Let me know. It says, IRS says, don't be a victim of ghost tax return preparer. What? IRS warns tax preparers to avoid unethical tax return preparers known as ghost preparers. Please don't fall for them. Make sure you are using a legitimate tax professional. We are IRS authorized email or excuse me, e-filer here. I'm I'm on the IRS list as a professional tax preparer. You can look me up. So make sure you're working with people that are real. If you know them, okay, good, you know them. But these ghost ones out here online or whatever, just be careful. There are some tax preparers that are scammers. We got to watch everything. I mean, to tell you, it's just we gotta watch out for our con artists out here. We got to watch out for fake tax preparers called ghost preparers. Have you ever heard of that? Ghost preparers. So just avoid unethical, if it doesn't seem like they're on the up and up and legit, then just go somewhere else. All right, go somewhere else. IRS warns of tax transcripts, email scam, dangers to business networks. So the IRS and Security Summit partners warned the public of a surge of fraudulent emails impersonating the IRS and using tax transcripts as bait to entice users to open documents containing malware. So be careful of that. And tax transcripts, that's basically a transcript of your W-2s. It's a list of all the jobs that you've had for that particular tax year. Say, for an example, and you may not have heard of it, this never happened to you before, but say, okay, we get our W-2s right from our jobs. But say one doesn't come and you can't, for some reason, contact that employer and you can't get it, well, you can request it from the IRS, and it's called a transcript at that point and not a W-2. Still has the same information, the name of the employer, how much you earned, the federal withholdings, state withholdings, right? The federal ID number for that employer, state ID number, all that for that employer. It's just called a transcript. So that's what they're talking about. They're kind of tricking people by emailing them saying that you can get a copy of your transcripts, but it's just bait to encourage you or entice you to click on a link that it contains malware, which is software that can basically hack into your personal information, get your social security number, bank information, all that stuff. So you guys, just if the email looks fake, it doesn't look right, even from the title, do not open it. Just delete it and move on with your life. Okay, I don't want y'all falling victim to any of this stuff. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, for those that are just coming in, my name is Martine Corte. Hey, Instagram. Hey, YouTube and Facebook. I am a 20-year tax professional. I work with small business owners as well. I specialize in small business owner tax preparations. Also, if you are gig, you have a gig job. Maybe you drive for Uber. Maybe you deliver. You go to the grocery store and shop. I forget what that's called. Maybe Jessica can help me out with that too. It's the little side hustle where you can go and you can shop for people's grocery, and then you deliver it to them. I forget what that's called. But anyway, if you're doing some of these gig economy jobs, is what we call them, and Lyft, they're going to issue you a 1099 miscellaneous, or it could be a 1099-K. Okay, either or. It's just a form that documents all the money you made from driving Uber and Lyft and all those other ones, right? And so then they're also going to have your miles on there, because when you're a small business owner and you're using your vehicle for business, for your small business, you get to write off. Yes, Serena, thank you. Instacart. Now, I never heard of the other one. What is that? Shipt? I've never heard of that one. But yes, Instacart. Thank you, Serena. So if you're doing Instacart, if you're doing Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, all of those, and there's more. There's so many more. And they send you a 1099-K. They're going to be listing your income. You're going to make sure that you bring that into your tax preparer. It also should list your mileage. I know Uber does, and Lyft. They're almost identical. It's almost like they are the same company. But I have a client that does Uber and she does Lyft, and so those forms are identical. but of course they're different. Shopping. Oh, it's a shopping service, Serena. A shopping service similar to Instacart. Okay. All right. Super. Thank you. So make sure that it has your, or make sure you're tracking to your mileage. So if you're using your vehicle, a lot of us are side hustling because of COVID. You know, you may have lost your job, or maybe your hours were reduced, and so we've had to pick up some extra jobs. In fact, I'm getting one from Uber, because I do the food delivery, not the transporting of people. I just couldn't get with having someone behind me, and I'm driving them to their destination. I said, let me do the food one, so I do the Uber Eats. So I'll be getting one as well. But I was killing it right around COVID. When COVID hit back in March, man, everybody wanted their food delivered, and I was killing it. I thought I was the only one out there in the streets making all this money because they were stacking up my orders, you know. But anyway, you will get those forms, 1099Ks or miscellaneous, but it should be a K. But I've seen them both ways. It lists, which is nice. It lists your mileage, because some of you may forget to keep track of your mileage, but you can write that off as a small business owner using your vehicle for business. You can write off your mileage, okay? And you can deduct the depreciation of your vehicle as well. So you want to, make sure you're just kind of keeping track of that. So when your tax preparer asks you, well, what is your total miles? What is your business miles? You're going to be able to give it to them. And Uber and Lyft, they do a really good job. They keep track of that for you. So that's what makes it nice. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm just going through some other scam stuff that IRS is alerting us. Remember, you can find this information, the same information that I'm looking up on irs.gov, irs.gov. Okay, so you can do your due diligence and look this up yourself, but I don't want you guys to be caught up in these scams. I want you guys to be prepared when you get ready, especially as small business owners. You have a little bit more work and a little bit more paperwork to provide and to get ready and gather up. And there's a lot of tracking of expenses and things like that. So, and some of you, if you have a bookkeeper or an accountant or something, you have to get with them, and they have got to kind of put all this information together for you and compile it in reports or what have you, so you can file your taxes. Maybe they do your taxes themselves for you. But whatever your case is, make sure that you get started early so that your tax season, the upcoming tax season, will run smooth for you. I know a lot of you small business owners, you probably don't file your taxes till the end of the tax season, and it's going to be back on track this year for 2021 for tax year 20. The deadline is April 15th. It's always April 15th, right? So unless they extend it, but they haven't said anything yet. It was, because of COVID, it was extended to July 15th. But for this upcoming tax season, is back on track with April 15th deadline. So I know a lot of you small business owners wait till the end, and that's fine, as long as you're not late. Long as you're not late and you file your taxes. But for some of you, after you get your W-2s, if you don't have a business, you're going to be running in there, especially those that get refunds. You're going to be ready to get this money, because we're all hurting. We all need another stimulus check, and we're, some of us like hoping that the government will, issue out a second wave of money, stimulus money. But we don't know if and when that's going to come. So now, since we're approaching tax season, we're basically going to just rely on this tax season to kind of be our stimulus. So don't be in a hurry, though. Make sure you've received all your W-2s from all the jobs that you've had. And this year may be a little bit different because you've had to pick up a side hustle or two, and you have a few more W-2s that you have to wait on, and not all the employers mail them out at the same time. So you may be waiting for one. You probably got all of them except for one, but be patient, okay? Because you don't want to have to amend your tax return, okay? Because if you miss one and it comes later, it's like, oh, darn. Then you're going to be like, well, I need to file it. And now you're going to have to pay tax return amended. All right. Anybody else have any more questions? I'm just kind of looking through scams. that IRS wants us to be aware of. If not, I'm going to get on out of here. Make sure that you follow me to my business page for Advanced Tax Solutions on Facebook, on Instagram. Okay, follow me there. I'm dropping little nuggets here and there about tax season. Also, oh yeah, I just dropped, I posted something yesterday about unemployment. This is huge too. A lot of you may have received unemployment because of COVID, to kind of help supplement your income, because you may have lost income or hours reduced or whatever. You're going to get a 1099-G. You got to wait on that too. Don't be in a rush to get your taxes done. You guys, if you work, you got more, had 6 different jobs because of COVID, just kind of trying to put monies together and make things work. And then you got a little bit of unemployment here for a moment. You waiting on the Uber, 1099. Make sure you be patient and wait on these things, but especially for those that receive unemployment, you will get a 1099-G. You have to file that too. That's taxable income. It's taxable income, and hopefully y'all had federal and state taxes withheld from your unemployment checks. So you don't have to pay it on the back end. Come on, y'all. So hopefully you say, yeah, I'll go ahead and withhold federal and state taxes. Get it out the way. I want to pay it in advance. So, but whatever the case may be, if you didn't, you're going to get it on the end. All right. So so just make sure you follow me on my social media pages for Advanced Tax, for information and tips and things like that as it relates to tax returns. All right. I'm going to get on out of here. Thank y'all again. I'll be back on next Tuesday for a Tax Tuesday Talk with another hit of information. We're going to be getting closer and closer to tax season. Write down your questions. You can ask me then, or you can put it in the broadcast, this broadcast even after. Thank you so much for my replay viewers. If you are watching this broadcast on the replay, please go ahead and type in the comments #replay so that I know that you watched it on the replays. Serena says, thanks. You are welcome, sis. Let's get ready. Let's get ready for tax season. Tax professional. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. I will see y'all next week. Also follow me. Kiki says, thank you, Queen. Well, thank you, Queen. Also, you can follow me on my other show on Friday nights, Side Hustle Night School for you business owners. Let's get out here. Let's make this money. We still got a couple more weeks. We're in the holiday season. We should be making money every day. Okay, so let me help you. Let me show you how I do it. All right. So follow me there, and then just follow me in my stories. I put a lot in stories too as well. So thank y'all so much for tonight and for your time. Have a good night. Get some good rest, and I'll see y'all. Stay healthy. Wear your mask, and I'll see y'all next week. All right. Bye-bye.